Hey man, are you also one of those people who is very, very interested in starting an online journey for yourself? Maybe when you see other people going online, it piques your interest. But at some point, you start thinking about it. Hey man, maybe this is not for me. If there's something stopping you, just like that. Or maybe you think, hey man, I cannot do it, or I don't have what it takes, or hey man, I am not the kind of person who does this kind of thing, which means I may be an introvert, or the people that seem to be online, they seem to be in command of their communication, super confident. I am not that kind of person. And if these three or four different factors are keeping you back, then this video is going to be super important. In this video, we're going to be talking about why is it that you feel that way, especially when you see other people going online. What is the concept or the phenomenon of being blinded by the brand? Chances are you're being blinded by somebody else's brand and you're not able to understand your own potential. The third thing is, what are the two types of influencers online and what are their different value propositions? And what are the four types of credentials that you probably already have but you're not leveraging, and what is that gap that you can close in order to go online successfully? My name is Dr. Rajat Sinha. I'm a medical doctor turned sales specialist, and in the last 5 years I've been able to take my sales consulting business entirely online. And I can tell you that whatever you see on the camera right now, I was nothing like that 5 years back. In fact, for people who are in my academy, I routinely share my first couple of videos that I rolled out online, and they were absolutely horrible. They're still on YouTube, but I keep them unlisted to show only to my special people. And in this particular video, I'm going to be hacking the whole journey and simplifying it for you so that you can actually take those first few steps in going online. So welcome to this session, welcome to this video. Hey man, if you like some of these videos and you feel that they're adding value, please like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell icon so you can get to see these videos as soon as they come out. Okay, so now very simply, what happens is that there are two types of influencers that are going online. And when you see these people go online, chances are you get blinded by their brand because they have some things going for them and you feel that they are a specialist. The answer is they are not a specialist. They are absolutely not a specialist. And many of these guys, when you meet them in person, you will realize that they're actually very simple people. Many of them may also have their own challenges, and they are actually very simple and humble people. But when they go online, they seem like this larger than life persona. So there are two such kinds of people who are going online. One type of person is called an influencer, or probably an entertainer. Okay, and the second kind of person is a person who probably have their own products, and these are primarily from the coaching industry. All right, you can also have people from network marketing, people from insurance, people who have some kind of a back end business, so they may be business owners. Today there are a lot of people who are going online who may be having a painting contractor's business, or who may be having a construction contractor's business. They may not be that savvy, they may be blue collar workers, but they are also going online and providing good information. And what happens is, when they are able to establish their credential, they get back end business from that. So there are two types of people. One whose business is to actually to influence you or entertain you, that is their main business. And then there are people who have a real business at the back end. Could be a coaching business, it could be a health products business, it could be a financial products business, it could be any kind of service agency or anything like that. And they are going online in order to establish their credibility, so that once the credibility is built, it becomes easier for them to get business. Okay, so these are two separate types of people. Now what happens is, people who are primarily entertainers, you will see that their videos are super slick, and they have everything under control. Even when you see a YouTube video, you will see lots of special effects. You will see the way they make their video, they have like Hollywood type of effects and things like that. And it's very entertaining, and you can really get hooked onto these people. They're storytellers by nature. They're getting different people onto their podcasts and things, and they are mostly talking about content which is entertaining in nature. That means when you come back from a hard day at office, you want to kick off your shoes and you want to watch this YouTube channel which is talking about probably mystery stories or something, some political thriller or something that's happening in the political world or financial world or something like that, which is mainly in order to get you to be either thrilled or something like that. Many of them have different kind of themes, and in these themes you pretty much want to have lean back kind of an experience, which is you just lean back, watch. Maybe you can just listen to a podcast with the headphone, and that's all. There is no further agenda. A lot of these guys may have some sponsors. They may talk about their sponsors and all. Most of us are probably not interested in actually buying anything from the sponsor, but YouTube is rewarding a lot of these influencers with a lot of views, and that's how they are monetizing. Okay, so that's a pure play. You can call them an entertainer or an influencer. Okay, now there is a second category of people who YouTube is not really rewarding that much, or you may see their ads on Facebook and things like that, and their production capabilities may not be that slick, may not be that super cool. However, today there are apps that are making even normal people look super cool. So I am one such normal person who actually doesn't have a lot of skills in video production and things like that, and I'm shooting all of these videos from my home office and all that, but using some simple tools today that are available to almost everybody, they spiff up the video and make it look very, very good, or they make it look pretty decent. Okay, but some of these videos are not really in the finishing range, in the production capability of an entertainer. Okay, and the reason is that these people don't really have, I am one such person, I don't really have the time to make so many YouTube videos. I don't really have a team to make YouTube videos. I have one person for editing now, and I neither have the time, nor do I have the team, nor is this my primary business. Okay, so whatever money comes from YouTube is probably less than 2% of my total income. My main business is a services agency, and I'm also have a sales coaching business. So I've got two businesses. One is an academy and one is a services agency. And what I'm sharing over here is basically a lot of the learning that I have collected together in my 5 years of coaching business, and before that 15 years of being a sales consultant on the corporate side. So I have a lot of knowledge that I'm just sharing because I have no place to keep this knowledge, number one. Number two, maybe it gets me credibility. So a lot of people who come to my agency with big ticket deals, I just tell them to first probably just shoot through my YouTube for a little bit, and when they watch my YouTube, they pretty much, they are convinced that, okay, I understand what this guy is about. I think it's good to be doing business with this person. Okay, so I've used that as credibility. The money that I get from YouTube, even back-end money and all, the really not a great part of my income, so to say. Okay, I can't keep my house running on that income. Okay, now I want to go through what is credibility. Okay, I want to go through the structure of credibility. And if you are a person who wants to get into a coaching business where you want to help people one-on-one, you want to help people one-to-many, you want to do this business on a Zoom app or something live, or you want to create some recorded programs or something like that, then that's totally cool. You can absolutely do that, and you don't need to be investing a lot into manpower, into credibility, into brand value, or anything like that. Okay, and I can show you 4 simple steps with which your brand value will actually increase while you're getting paid. So even if you start when you're absolutely horrible, nobody's going to come to know, first of all. Second, while you're getting better at the game, you can start getting paid from people who will actually love you and respect you and pay you for you being not perfect. Okay, and there is an ascending curve to that. And what you are seeing, if you're feeling underconfident, or if you feel, hey, I'm not as good as the next person, or I'm not good as this person, the reason is because these people who are primarily called educators, which is business owners and coaches and things like that, who are generating content in order to back end it into their business, these people usually boast about the number of students they have. So they'll say, hey, I have 15,000 students. Somebody will say, I have 5,000 students. I've coached 2,000 people, 5,000 people. And you'll be like, well, I haven't coached really anybody. I haven't coached anybody. So I think that I am not good enough to go online. Okay. And the fact is, till the time you keep thinking that, you will never be good enough to go online, because all of a sudden you're not going to have 5,000 students unless you get started. So I've created a very simple pathway, and I want to show it to you in picture format, so that'll make it very easy for you how to start this journey. So number one, you got to choose whether you want to be an entertainer or an educator. If you're an educator, the money is not going to come from you looking like Tom Cruise or Madhuri Dixit or something like that on camera. That's not going to happen. Okay. And number three is you're still going to get paid. Okay. And number four is you can start your journey very, very small. So let me just show you how I started my journey. And I'm just going to share my screen over here. Now, what I did was that I have a personal journey of doing something. What is my personal journey? I started as a medical doctor, and in my medical college days, I wanted to make some extra money, and I got into a business where I had to sell products, find strangers on the street, make them into prospects, probably move some product volume, and actually master sales and just make some part-time money from that. Okay, I was a total failure in that, and my mentor, who the company has assigned to me, he said that your goal is not correct. The goal is not to become a millionaire while you're in college or become very rich while you're in college. If you think that business is going to help you do that, it's not, because right now you're very young, you don't have that credibility. But if you truly want to get rich in life, become an entrepreneur or something, you can start right now. And for free, if you tie up with this company, you can get the best sales coaching on the planet. You can become a totally deadly sales weapon without investing in an MBA degree or investing a whole lot of money into any kind of learning program or something like that, because the learning comes with the company for free. So he kind of reset the expectation in my mind, and he then started coaching me on sales. And over the next 2-3 years, I became very good in sales. I became so good in sales that I could later quit my hospital job and go to work for startups who badly needed salespeople to perform. And I could become the top performing salesperson in all of my jobs. And I could actually build huge teams because I became very good at teaching sales also. So that has been my journey. So when I share my journey with some people, they become interested in working with me because my journey itself or my story itself is pretty powerful. Like I'm actually nobody to be teaching anybody sales, because I don't have an MBA degree in sales or anything like that. I come from a background of medical industry, which are the worst people to go into entrepreneurship because they don't understand numbers and they're horrible at sales. Okay, so if you see medical doctors, nothing to do with sales, and they're on top of that, they're bad with numbers. That means their accounting, their investment skills, their team building, none of these skills they have. Okay, so people sometimes when I share my story, people think, okay, if this guy has walked this path, then we want to work with him because he must be knowing something that we don't. Okay, simply because of my own personal path that I have walked. Okay, that is stage one. Now, whichever stage you are, whatever thing you want to get into, just the very fact that you have taken a few steps where other people may want to meet with you at that level, saying, okay, this person does not seem like a brand, but he has a journey which interests me a lot and I would like to follow in the journey. So you don't need to be a big brand. You don't need to be having all kinds of video equipment, crazy level of editing, looking like a Hollywood star on video, anything like that. You don't need any of this stuff. Okay, you just need the message to go out there, and don't try to be somebody you're not. Very important. Do not try to be somebody you're not. You're becoming banner blind. You're being blinded by the brands, by the people who have already achieved things, and they have the access to good video editing, you're looking good on camera, they have the confidence because they have been in the journey for a little while, and you're getting blinded by all of those things which are not the things that are required. What is required is you should be talking to people who need you, and you should be having some revenue source so that you can grow in the business, you can grow in the industry. Okay, there is a difference between coaching and a coaching business. Remember that difference between coaching and a coaching business. In a coaching business, the cash flow comes first, coaching comes second. Okay, so what I'm sharing with you is from a sales standpoint, what are the things that are going to help your prospects buy your stuff so that you don't need to worry about the rest of the world. There are only two people that matter in this game. The first person is you, and the second person is somebody who sees you from inside the screen and they want to reach across and they want to follow you or they want to work with you for something. Okay, in my case, there are two kinds of business that I get. One is people who want to follow me, so they are part of my coaching system. And then there are people who have some technical things and all that they want to get taken care of. So my agency deals with it. I sell the project, but the delivery is done by my employees and my co-founder. I am not really much of a technical person myself, but I have been through this journey where I understand what goes on in the mind of the prospect who is struggling. So I can meet them at that point. Okay, very important. This first step is very important. Now we have next step, step number 2. Now, step number 2, you don't really need to have your own journey. But you need to be, if you have a skill where you can reset in the mind of somebody else, their expectation, probably make sense of their life for them based on some probably natural thing that you have. A lot of people say that I have had this natural knack where people come to me with their family problem. I'm always able to get them resolution. I have this natural knack where people come to me with something and I'm always able to help them. Okay, if you have some kind of natural knack, or if you have some kind of, you don't even need to be great at the thing that you're teaching. You just need to be great at the teaching of it. Yeah, just remember Ramakant Achrekar, who was the coach for Sachin Tendulkar, was not a great cricketer himself, but he's an amazing coach because he could understand players more than he needed to understand the game. It's not about understanding the game, it's about understanding the players. So if you're good at the coaching of it, you don't need to be an expert in doing the thing yourself. Just to give you a perspective, the business that I did in college that I was speaking about was a network marketing business where I had to sell health products in order to make a commission. And in network marketing, team building brings in way more money than product selling. When you can build teams of people who can actually sell the product, and you can just you can really become very, very rich. And top leaders in network marketing industry are really very rich and very famous people. Okay, I never became that kind of a person in that particular industry, but today I have been able to take way more people successful using the digital domain because I was among the first people to crack the digital code 17 years after I started in the industry. That means for 15 to 17 years I was an average person. And today a lot of top tier network marketers today want to learn from me because when I cracked the code on going digital, I understood what it is that will take to take this business online. So personally, I've never achieved a top tier ranking in any network marketing company, but almost every network marketing company in India, especially the ones that are selling health products, their top guys today are either my students or they have worked with me in some capacity or the other. That means I may not be that great at that game, but I'm able to quickly hack the process of going online for other people who may be better at the game than I am. Okay, so this is another engagement model where you may not be that good at something, but if you know how to translate that reality for somebody else so that they can get that aha moment, then you're the right guy. And this is the second level. Now remember, I'm rating these levels in increasing order of magnitude. That means even if you don't know the game yourself, but you can teach it or you can help other people, you are at a higher level than if you have played the game yourself. Remember that. Okay, you're at a higher level because what people are not interested in is whether you yourself are dancing like Hrithik Roshan or something. They're not here to watch you dance. They're interested in whether you can make them dance like Hrithik Roshan or not. Very important. Okay, or Tamanna Bhatia. They're interested in becoming Tamanna Bhatia or Hrithik Roshan. They're not interested whether you are Tamanna Bhatia or Hrithik Roshan or not. So this is not about you. Okay, this is about what can the other person get, and if you can get that done, if you've done that in your real life somewhere, then you absolutely 100% deserve to get into the online game. Even if you have one case study, more than enough. Even if you have one case study, more than enough. Even if that case study was your younger cousin or something like that, that's also fine, no problem. Okay, let's go to the next level. The level 3 of this is if you have made it a business where you are on a journey and you're taking somebody else on the journey. So both of you are involved in the game. That means you are on the journey yourself and you know how to play the game yourself. You're pretty good at the game and you've got maybe 1 or 2 students or something like that. Okay, so you are the player and you're the coach and you got maybe 1 or 2 case studies. Okay, then you're good. Then you're at level 3. Very good combination. Even if though that one coachee of yours is your cousin who probably didn't have anything to do on the summer vacation, so you coached him or her on health or make money or something like that, whatever it is. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now the third level is called where you have made a business or a repeatable system out of helping multitudes of people on the journey that you're already on. Okay, this is the highest evolution, and this is where the brand building actually occurs. What does that mean? If you have been looking at other people online and getting scared and thinking, I'm not good enough, chances are you've been looking at somebody on stage 4 of their journey, or they may not even be at stage 4. They may just be saying, hey, I have coached 1,000 people. Who knows? Right? But you're getting razzled, bedazzled by their journey and you're thinking, hey, I'm not at this level, so I don't deserve to be going online. All right. Okay. So this is what causes the blinded by the brand. Remember, there are 3 steps before this that are very, very easily scalable. All you got to do is make sure you show up and make sure you don't try to be somebody you're not. Okay, your closing rate will be lower. Maybe instead of 1 in 10 people, maybe 1 in 50 people will say yes to you in the beginning. Slowly you'll start getting better at the game. 1 in 20 people will say yes to you, then 1 in 15, 10 people will say yes to you, then 1 in 4 people will say yes to you. By this time you would have become a brand. Okay, the journey is simpler than you're making it out to be. Okay, so just to quickly summarize, what are the different combinations? Number one, I have walked the path myself. Okay, so this is what we call something called an origin story. You need to have a solid origin story, or you need to craft a solid origin story. Okay, craft an origin story. Now today I'm telling you that, man, I was no good actually at my business, but my mentor really helped me to really understand what it is that I should be focusing on. I should be focusing on mastering sales, not focusing on becoming a millionaire, because once I master sales, the journey is going to start. And he said, don't keep a 2 year, 3 year horizon. If you truly want to be multi-millionaire, financially free, keep a longer horizon and just enjoy this journey. Okay, so in my origin story, I don't usually is a very crafted story. It says, hey man, I started in medical college and that's how I got into sales. I became so excited that I actually gave up my medical job. It's a crafted story. It leaves out certain parts because those parts I was not ready to share in the beginning. Okay, similarly, my second level story, which is my specialist story, how I took my networking, etc., successful. That story is also crafted story, because the people who were coming into my community early on when I started this business, they did not know that actually I have never achieved the success that they have already achieved in the offline world. They did not know that. So these stories have to be crafted in a way that the person who's looking for the solution gets the nugget that helps them to convert, that helps them to shake hands with you. Later you can, once you guys are good friends, you provided some value, then they can know more and more about you. So whatever in your mind you think is your failure, you don't need to portray that. Just portray the nugget that is important for the person in front of you. Get them to take that decision. Once they start working with you on a paid basis, then of course they're going to find out you're going to be good friends, and they're going to respect you even more, because they're going to be like, dude, if somebody like you can do this, I want to be 10 times of you because I am better than you. And that's amazing, man. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. There are many students in my community, after me doing this for 5 years, they have made way more money than me in the first 2 years that I guided them. And I'm super happy about it, man. Awesome. Relations are great. And yeah, sometimes I tell their testimonial instead of my achievements, because their testimonial is way more money than my achievement. Okay. Too good, man. It all adds to good business. Okay. So the second thing is, when you are a specialist in your journey, then this is where you have your true coaching avatar starts. Okay. Then the third thing is, when you walk the path and you're building the hack for others, then you've got something called a repeatable system. And when you have multitudes of people following you that you're taking through this journey, then you become a brand. So it all starts with your story. Maybe you coach, maybe a couple of testimonials, you start having a coaching business when people start paying you. Next, you have a system, a repeatable system, and then you become a brand. Chances are you're looking at people in stage 3 and stage 4 of their journey, and you're wondering, hey man, am I good enough? The answer is absolutely not. You're not good enough right now with those people. But that's not where they started. All right. So the message over here is, build your story, figure out what it is that you're good at, or even if you have a personal result in a health side or in the make money side, these are the two biggest markets, by the way. Health, if you have a health result, people are looking for that. Make money, if you have a money result, people are looking for that. All right. If you have a relationship kind of a thing, which you can coach other people, if there are people who are gravitating towards you, improving their relationships or improving their mindset in life, that is something that easily people are going to buy, as long as you don't try to be somebody that you're not. If you truly go to help people, they're going to work with you, and you can work on a non-paid basis for some testimonials. First 4-5 people you can just help on a limited basis. You can say, I'm going to spend 3 days with you, I'm going to help you get this result. And at the end of that, you don't need to pay me, but you can give me a testimonial. All right. Many of my testimonials have come from people who have actually taken a refund from my program, saying, I realize I can't do all this. I am not that kind of person, whatever. It didn't match. And I was genuine and honest with them. I said, well, if you don't think this can work for you, then maybe you don't need to work with me. But hey, since I've been honest and upfront with you, will you give me a testimonial? Absolutely. Many of my testimonials come like that. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you cannot operate at the level 1 and 2, trust me, you will never be able to operate at level 3 and 4. The pressure is too much. The pressure is too much. Okay, especially if you're online, you're a public figure. Okay, so you have to be really good at operating at level 1 and 2. And with that, I just want to encourage you to get started and take a few rejections, get good at sales. Please watch some of my other videos. You'll get good at sales watching them. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. All right, see you. Bye-bye.